The Light of Knowledge. In a small village nestled between rolling green hills, a boy named Hamza lived with his grandmother. The village, though beautiful, had one great challenge. There was no proper school. The children either worked on farms or helped their families with daily chores, and very few could read or write. Hamza, however, was different. He had a deep curiosity about the world. Ever since he found an old, torn book in the village market, he dreamed of learning more. Every night, under the dim light of a kerosene lamp, he traced the letters in the book, trying to understand them. His grandmother, though she never went to school herself, encouraged him. "Education is the key to a better future, my son," she often told him. "A dream is born." One day, a traveler named Mr. Kamau arrived in the village. He was an old teacher who had retired but still loved to share knowledge. When he saw Hamza struggling to read, he sat beside him and helped him sound out the words. "You have a sharp mind, Hamza," he said, impressed. "But learning should not be a privilege. Every child here deserves an education." Hamza's heart filled with hope. "What if we build a school here?" he asked. The village elders laughed when they heard his idea. "A school? With what money? And who will teach?" they scoffed. But Hamza refused to give up. He knew that education could change not only his life but also the lives of all the children in the village. The first steps. Determined, Hamza gathered a small group of children and asked Mr. Kamau to teach them under a large mango tree. They used sticks to write on the ground and leaves as notebooks. Though they had no books, no chalkboard, and no desks, their hunger for knowledge was stronger than any obstacle. Word spread quickly. More children joined, and even some parents became curious. Hamza's determination inspired the villagers, and slowly they began to support the idea of a real school. A challenge appears. However, not everyone was happy. Some villagers believed education was unnecessary. "We need hands to work in the fields, not children wasting time learning," one farmer complained. Hamza was disheartened, but Mr. Kamau encouraged him. "When people fear change, they resist it. But we must show them that education is not a burden, it is a gift." To prove this, Hamza began teaching the adults how to write their names. At first, they hesitated, but when they saw the pride in their children's eyes, they began to understand the power of education. The school is built one day. A group of travelers passed through the village and saw the children learning under the tree. Moved by their dedication, they decided to help. They donated books, chalk, and even some money to build a small school. The villagers, now united in their belief in education, worked together to build the school from mud bricks and wood. It was small, but it was a beginning. The day the school opened, Hamza's grandmother hugged him tightly. "You have done something incredible, my son," she whispered. "This school will change lives." A legacy of learning. Years later, Hamza became a teacher himself. He no longer learned under a tree. He stood in front of a classroom filled with eager students. The village had changed, and now every child had a chance to dream. And so, Hamza's school became more than just a building. It became a symbol of hope, perseverance, and the belief that education is the true light of knowledge.